We're back. Hey, Nan. Sorry I didn't answer because I was building this setup that I need to do every day. I overcomplicate everything. I feel like I'm sitting on the Starship Enterprise, which is not a bad thing if you really think about it. But I'm like finished in 2 seconds or 25 seconds or something. Momentarily. Hey there, Samajed. Welcome. Wink. See if the pen is very small or I don't know. Can't decide if this screen is kind of the right size. But let's start to draw something and let's see what happens. Hulk versus Doomsday. Yeah, I think I drew them once, but it was one of my first sessions maybe. But I've done them, and why not? Let's do that. The Hulk and Doomsday. Let's do that. I remember I drew them. I can't remember how I drew them, but now I'm gonna give them like a full body. Option like so we can concentrate on the action. Both of them are huge, but I believe, if I'm not correct, you're the expert there, Nan. Is Doomsday bigger than the Hulk? Hej Oskar, hur är läget? Det är lugnt. Pratar vi om Dexter, seriemördaren Dexter? Eller vilken Dexter pratar vi om nu? So Nan, if you're still there, is Doomsday bigger than the Hulk. Okej. Jag är inte så bra att göra porträtter om jag ska vara ärlig där, Oscar. Jag kan göra det, men det är inte riktigt min grej om jag ska vara ärlig, liksom, att göra porträtter. Jag gör mer de här fantasy action grejorna som jag brukar göra. Okay, now let's do him a bit bigger. I felt that was more like realistic. I need to check some details about this guy. I can't remember if he had like a nose, but yes, he did have a nose. Don't look like much at this point, but it will. Hey, just a web. How are you? Welcome. Dark Defender outfit. Vad är det nu, Oscar? Pratar vi om Dexter fortfarande eller är vi inne på The Hulk eller Doomsday? Godnatt, Oscar. Okay, he has a lot of bones sticking out of him. So that is what we need to concentrate on. Hello, Winter. How are you? Welcome back. Nice seeing you again. He has them bones all over the place. Ja, jag förstår, Oscar. Det är lugnt. Ingen stress. I'm gonna start the ink now just to see where we end up. Lid is there. Let's start the process. He needed bigger arms, this guy, so I gave him bigger arms. We don't need a skinny Hulk. It's not what he's about. So we have one face. Let's try to do the other face. Now this position that he's on, Mr. Doomsday, is a bit, I wouldn't say difficult, but different. Hopefully it doesn't look corny in the end. Has a lot of bones, like I said. There. Now I have some outlines. Hey Afro, how are you? Welcome, dude. Yes, it is Hulk versus Doomsday. This was a request from Nan. Yes, I did read that, Afro SF, and it was okay. I just I didn't like, but it is what it is, because if the future became that, then in that timeline, then it is what it is. I just didn't like the brutality of it. But that's the reality in that timeline, I understand. So it was kind of sad sometimes. How are you, Winter? Long time no seen. Du okay, Oscar? So what are you drawing, Mr. Winter? We want to know. I feel that Doomsday has like bones all over his body. It's not a single bit that is not covered with them bones. This is how I do here. It's kind of fast way to do it. And the result is satisfying. Most of the time, anyways. The big question is who would win in this fight? Because Doomsday is unbeatable. I mean, every time he dies, he becomes something else, stronger, and he learns from his mistakes. Hey Lucifer Morningstar, welcome back. I remember your name. What, Afro, what did you think about the future imperfect? Well, thank you, Nan. I'm really happy you're enjoying it. But Nan, you're the expert here too. So who do you really think would win this? I mean, we all know that Superman lost. Now would the Hulk win against this creature? There, now we see who it is. Hey Jazo, how are you? Welcome back. Yeah, finally a Hulk. I've done a couple of Hulks here live, but I think it was some time ago. Last time I did was Nun who requested it too. I think it was the Abomination and the Hulk, if I remember it right. Okay, Jay, so yeah, I know World Breaker Hulk is very powerful. I feel that Doomsday, every time they kill him, it's like he evolves. So I know lately Superman avoids killing him because he just keeps evolving and evolving, becomes stronger. And World Breaker Hulk, I remember he like defeated easily very powerful people like Black Bolt, who is very powerful in the comics. And he even took out Sentry. But I mean, even if the Hulk would defeat Doomsday, Doomsday will only come back stronger and evolved. So I believe that it would be a difficult task to try to defeat Doomsday. But the Hulks always keep surprising. Then I'm going to clean this up a bit. I'm going to do some in-depth details on these guys with a thinner pen. Whoops. The paper is running away from me. There. let's start to do something fun. Yeah, I think you're right there, None. The only thing is, like I said, I really believe that the Hawk will beat him and win. But there's always a side effect with this guy. When the Hawk beats him, he just evolve and become stronger. That's like I, beating this guy comes with a price. Giving them a little bit of shadows, this bony stuff, but not too much because there's a lot of them to go through. That's me being lazy, by the way, nothing else. Yeah, yeah, I like that design too, None. The only thing is he has a bit of a long hair. I don't know if I will put it in. He has like white hair in the original one. Maybe I'll put it on, man. Well, thank you, Afro. I'm happy you like it. Yeah, yeah, I'm pretty sure that Greyhawk would lose. Yes, yes, MCU Hawk 2. You think you think the comic book 616 Green Hawk would win, But like I said, every time Doomsday is defeated, he becomes stronger. So I feel like I'm with you when you're all saying that the Hulk would win. I believe that too, but with a price, because Doomsday dies and becomes stronger. Oh, really? Even Rick Jones will become evil? We haven't seen Rick Jones in the MCU yet. What's up with that? I mean, he's a big part of the Avengers lore. He wasn't even in the Incredible Hulk movie. Okay, here's one thing about the MCU that I wonder about, and I want them to answer it eventually. But this is for the nerds who know about these things. As I understand it, reading comics when I was younger, one of Hulk's buddies, Jim Wilson, I think is called, and he's a longtime friend of the Hulk. Now, Jim Wilson is nephew of Sam Wilson, the Falcon. Even nowadays, Captain America, in both the comics and the movies. Now, in the Incredible Hulk, which is canon to the MCU, they had Jim Wilson filming the Hulk in the school, in the university there, when he was attacked by the army. Because that was Jim Wilson. Now, in the Winter Soldier, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier series, we saw his nephews, and there is no mention of Jim Wilson, who was in the school. Now we need to, I want to find out is how they were thinking, or did they just miss it? Did they all just forgot about Jim Wilson? Now that's what I'm thinking about sometimes. Thinking about those kind of stuff. That's my superpower. Afro SF, I think, to be honest, I really liked World War Hulk, and I enjoyed it. But there are some old school, them older Hulk comics that I read. I don't know if you remember this character that was his girlfriend, we can say. Her name was Gerala, and she died, I remember. Those times, those periods were the kinds that I liked. But like I said, I enjoyed World War Hulk too. Getting some shadows in these dudes. Yes, Afro SF. Hopefully it does. I like monsters, but it's not like my favorite thing to do. To draw monsters, you need a lot of imagination. I know I have it, but I mainly draw monsters that I know. To create my own is a little bit difficult, but not impossible. Oh, that's a good idea, Afro SF. I'd like to do that. Son of Satan. I like his old design. Of course, he only had he walked around shirtless. That's it. But I don't know if Marvel has done a new design for him lately. I'm gonna search for it. Let's see what happens. But I like that character. Thank you, Nan. You know, I always like when I get requests and people are satisfied with the results. I mean, they don't need to be all jumping around happy, but satisfied is very, very good reaction. Doomsday looks kind of messy, so I don't know if it's too much detail on him. I'm gonna give him a little bit of white here anyways. Just something. Now when I do this stuff live, I never do real background, but this one will be more than perfect with a ruined city behind them. And that's just because, to be honest, there's no time for it. I could do it, but I have a 9 to 5 tomorrow, and it's that kind of a job where you can't be tired. This kind of gives them a little bit of drama. I'm going to do it a bit different today, just a little bit. To be honest, after as I've heard the name Kyle Baker, but I can't place what he's done before. Yeah, I remember the amalgam too. I really enjoyed that. You know what about talking about that crossover, the amalgam. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'm saying amalgam. Sounds like bubblegum. But the thing, there's another thing that I would like some answers to, and maybe if they're doing these crossovers, you know, Jubilee had like a good friendship with Robin. Can't remember which Robin. And when everything became normal again, they kind of missed each other. It was more than a friendship, to be honest. Now, I would like them to build on that. Not necessarily do a crossover, but just what are they thinking now in their own universes? Are they thinking of each other? I'm always like that. When there are unresolved stuff, I want them resolved. Or I want at least the characters to think about what happened. Kind of like House of M, what happened to Spider-Man. I mean, he should be thinking about it even today. And another thing is, there was a child with Wasp and Havoc that Kang took away, kidnapped the child, stole it. I mean, they should at least think about it, putting a team together and search for the child, going after Kang, because they really loved the child, I remember, and I felt that they forgot about it very easy. Those are the things that I want resolved. I want them to do something about that. There, make him look a little bit more scary. I like to believe that anyways. There, I believe I finished this, guys. Afro SF, remind me about Access. Who or what are they? I'm happy you like the hair. Hey Jarvis. No, it's Jarv95. Thank you, Nan. I'm very happy you like it. It was what you requested, hopefully. Hold on, I need to make this test again. One of the apps forced me to prove that I'm not a robot, and I failed. Proving yet again the possibilities are that I am a robot or something. There, you can see the whole piece now. Well, I'm happy too, Nan. I'm happy I made it too. I really enjoy doing stuff like this, and in the end I'm like, yeah, I enjoyed it. And hopefully we'll get to see these two guys, two juggernauts, fight it out for real. I would really like to see that. I made Doomsday a little bit bigger, but not too big. But I suspect that he is more bigger than this, though. Yes, Nan, I can do that, of course. I have no problem doing that, but I don't know if it will happen tomorrow or when it will happen. Let's see what happens tomorrow. But I'm not promising anything. I never do, because all of a sudden I change my mind. Nothing personal, but sometimes I'm like, ooh, I forgot I needed to do this or that or whatever. But it will happen. I promise you that. I'm just not going to say exactly when it's going to happen. There. There, now we have the Hulk's face more detailed, and these guys too. Even though they're further away than usually, I always try to do close-ups or busts so we get their details, but I wanted to make this like this today so we can see them both. Thank you, Nan. I'm happy you feel like that. Okay, my friends, that's it for today. But I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, so let's see what happens. I will come in and draw something. Fridays, I know you guys are very busy. So everybody's busy Friday. This is like family time, going out or whatever. But I'll be here anyways. If you want to join, just come in and say hi. If not, just have a nice Friday, and we'll see what happens the whole weekend. But I'll try to enter every day as usual. Good night, good friends and good chats, and everybody. Thank you for the company, and I'm gonna wish y'all a good night, and take good care of each other as always.